Hello, welcome to Little Vintage World. This video is just going to be a quick little book review of Palladian by Elizabeth Taylor, first published in 1946. So Palladian tells the story of a young woman called Cassandra Dashwood. And Cassandra Dashwood at the beginning of the book is clearing out her house and she's leaving because her father has died. Her old headmistress has managed to get her a job as a governess, and so she's leaving her home to head off as a new role. She's going to be governess to a young girl called Sophie. Sophie's mother has died and her father has been left a widower. And he lives in this beautiful house, as you can see, here it is. And her father is called Marion Van Brugh. I don't know if I pronounced that correctly. But in this home, it's not just the father, there's a whole host of different family members as well. But this old but very beautiful house and its inhabitants are always quite sad. And it's like that they've got weights on their shoulders and that they're still very much in grief for the mother of Sophie, as if she's following them around. And it's as if all of these characters are just holding onto their grief for Violet, Marion's wife. Now this is the second Elizabeth Taylor novel that she published and I liked it. It had the kind of typical Elizabeth Taylor writing style. It was very nice. I read it in a day. It is quite short. It's less than 200 pages, it's 191 to be precise, and some of the characters in here are wonderful. I particularly love the character of Sophie. Sophie is the daughter and I just loved her spirit. I thought she was really fun and I just really liked her. I also really liked the character of Marion, who is the widower, and I found him to be really interesting. And it was interesting in his grief because you could tell he was still grieving, but his relationship with Cassandra was an interesting one, let's say. I don't want to ruin anything for you, of course. But the interesting thing for me, and I'm sure you would have noticed, is this book is very much Jane Eyre-y. It very much, when I was reading it, reminded me of Jane Eyre and Rebecca. So Jane Eyre by Charlotte Bronte and Rebecca by Daphne du Maurier. And it's quite funny because both of those books I gave 2 stars to. I thought they were okay, but I found faults in both. Whereas this one I actually quite enjoyed. I thought it was quite good. I think it's because I just love Elizabeth Taylor's writing style and I think that really helped me in reading this, but I also really liked the character of Cassandra and Sophie, and I really liked the character of Marion as well as the whole host of family that have got their other bits going on as well. And so I find it quite interesting that I gave those 2 books, Jane Eyre and Rebecca, I gave both of those 2 stars, whereas this one I would be inclined to kind of give it like a 3.5 sort of star. I thought it was quite good and I rather enjoyed it. Now I would say if you are like me and you want to read all of Elizabeth Taylor's works, then go ahead and read it. I would also say if you're a fan of Jane Eyre or Rebecca, then go ahead and read it. But otherwise, is this as good as some of her other work? No, it's not. It's not quite as good as books like The Soul of Kindness or Mrs. Palfrey at the Claremont, but it is still a good book and probably the most plot-driven book that I have read of Elizabeth Taylor so far. So I hope you've enjoyed this review of A Palladian by Elizabeth Taylor. If you have, please give this video a thumbs up. Chat to me in the comments all things Elizabeth Taylor, and I shall see you soon for the next video. Bye for now.